The War Room, Peter Berce, Mick, Kern on a Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll be talking a lot of World Juniors with Shane Malloy, who is on site. Have him on right away at the top of the show tomorrow. Reminder, we're carrying the games tonight. Who we got, Peter?
Canada,
here on XM Sirius Home Ice.
Canada, Slovakia at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That starts the pregame show, and then at 8 is the puck drop.
There you go, and I'm hoping for a better game. Eventually, they will come. Bill Houlihan was on with us from Abel Eiserman in the last segment. And now we're going to switch to what's considered a non-traditional market, Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to talk to a gentleman who runs a website there. But first, I want to say, we're not traditional media, so to speak, Peter, here at Sirius XM. It's satellite radio. It's only been around since, about 2001. We've only been aboard since 2005. We're in our 5th season here. You and I both come from traditional media backgrounds in the radio. I used to listen to Peter on the radio all the time. Didn't know it was him. Used to crack me up on the bus. Phone boy. Phone boy he was. I love the phone boy.
I talked to the old man on the weekend. This
there
is
you
an
go.
inside joke, but...
But we come from that background, and now we're sort of in the new media here. Even more, which brings us to a lot of non-traditional markets, which the only way you become traditional is if you start a tradition, and eventually you get there. And that's what the the internet is great for. There are tons of websites out there dedicated to hockey. And if you're a hockey fan, no doubt you've surfed for some of them. One of them that has to do with the Nashville Predators is called Preds. No, it's Preds. Let's get that right. Preds. PredsOnTheGlass. All one word, of course. .com. And I guess the caretaker of the site is one Buddy Oakes. And we're going to have him on right now. Buddy, how you doing?
Great, Mick. How you doing? Appreciate you having me on.
Hey, no problem. Read your website for a while. You're a good caller. You call us up a lot. You're a diehard Preds fan. And I want to start right away because you've got this great site about the Nashville Predators, but you also do this phenomenon. I was on with you last year. Jamie Shalley was on. Apparently they'll put anyone on. A blog talk radio. What the heck is that?
Basically, it's an internet radio show, and we try to cater to more of a national audience on the Blog Talk show that comes on Monday nights at between 7 and 8 Central. Little plug there. We have a lot of guests like Russ Cohen, Eli Gold. Over the summer, we spent a lot of time talking about the Islander situation as well as the Coyotes situation. So if we just cater to Nashville fans, it's kind of a small group. So we try to be a little bit more inclusive and look at the whole hockey world with the guests and the subjects we talk about on the Blog Talk radio show.
Now, do you live in Nashville proper? Do you live in one of the suburbs?
Now, I live in Columbia, Tennessee, which is about an hour south of Nashville, so it's a little bit of a haul to get to the rink every night.
Yeah, now there's a diehard, folks. Now, give us some idea, just a snapshot of what it's like outside of satellite radio and the internet to get hockey coverage in that market. I'm not picking on that market. It could be Atlanta. It could be Denver. It could be any market in the U.S. that's not. Well, I guess Denver wouldn't fit. It could be a Miami. Give me an example what it's like to get coverage for the National Hockey League outside of home ice and the internet.
There's really very little out there. There's the local Nashville radio stations have some weekly shows and bi-weekly and occasional shows. Hockey Buzz Radio, Paul McCann is a weekly show, but the rest of them are just kind of hit or miss as to when they have them. So you get basically hour blocks of hockey talk occasionally. That's the best way to describe it.
Now, of course, that's something that may take a while to turn around as it plants roots in specific communities. So stuff like ourselves and, of course, websites and the Blog Talk Radio and all that have to be just a godsend to hockey fans. Your site in particular, PredsOnTheGlass.com, how long have you been doing this one?
This is our second season that we've been involved in it. I did some work previously for Sammy Woo's Hockey Prime Time, and then last year, before the prior season, my son and I decided to start this one and try to do some different things, and so that's what we've been doing since then. What
kind of reaction do you get? How many views or hits do you get on average a week?
It really depends. We're comfortably into the thousands now. It really depends. We actually probably get better hits in the summertime when there's less hockey out there because we do update every day and a lot of other people don't. During the year, it's bigger after game days because we have Barry Trott's video after home games, and we also have player reaction out of both locker rooms. We try to do that every game.
And where do you get that from?
I'm credentialed.
There you go. Peter, Buddy has a different approach. Buddy is credentialed. What's your take on that? You see yourself, obviously, as an extension of the traditional media?
Not really. I mean, the whole thing is from a fan's point of view. I mean, basically what we try to do is give the fans all they can handle. When we started doing this 2 or 3 years ago, there was very little out there. There was maybe 4 or 5 Pred blogs. Right now, there's 19 that I know of today, and most of them are updating, if not daily, every other day. And there's a wide variety of things there. So the fans are getting a whole lot more than they had just a few years ago. But when we first started, I mean, you go to the Tennessee and you'd read, the 500 words there, and that was it. You could go to a couple of blogs, read a little bit more. But there wasn't really a whole lot out there for the fan to take in, and we just tried to come up with as much as the fan can handle.
Now, was it difficult getting credentials from the team?